targeting, what are the numbers for that community, right? What are the numbers of that community? And the challenge for you is going to be, as we get into the marketing plan and really the operations part of it, is how are you going to tie all that in, right? So you have to have details. Details are super important. You read George yet? So another example, Shane's like, he wants to open up. This is what Shane said. My idea is like, I'd like to open up a barbershop in Dallas. Awesome. Dallas has, last time I checked, 5 million people. Where? Because that makes a difference. Because he tells me he's opening up in South Dallas. I'm gonna tell you, South Dallas is like South Kansas City on steroids. There's a barbershop on every corner of South Dallas, right? In South Dallas, the demographics in South Dallas is way different from the demographics in Addison, Plano, Frisco, right? Because Frisco and Plano, specifically Frisco, is one of the most affluent suburbs in the United States. So he could charge $80, $90 a haircut in Frisco and they wouldn't blink at it. But if you go to Arlington, you go to Mesquite, if you go to DeSoto, you'll go out of business charging that. That's why those things make a difference, right? So those are the things as you bring your concepts. The last thing I want to talk about is the executive summary. A lot of you guys have really good executive summaries, but you're writing for money, right? And so you can't write an executive summary and say, yeah, my friend Charlie has 8 years of experience. Charlie's a good dude. My friend Sally is gonna handle my finances. Sally's been my best friend since grade school and she's good with numbers.
Whenever we put people down, do we have to write down our relationship with them, or can we just leave it at their name and their?
You got mine? So for Liam, right? Liam has a team is on point. Experience is amazing, but he was exploring his personal relationship with everybody on the team. Like, hey, like my sister-in-law's doing this, my best friend's doing that. You really want to leave the personal relationships out, because the personal relationships, if I'm a banker, I'm wondering, well, is his sister-in-law going to tell him no? Is his best friend going to say no? Right? And so when you have all of these personal relationships, then it skews in a third party who's looking at your business plan. It skews if I'm a third party looking at it, then I'm like, if he has a bad idea, is his best friend gonna say, Liam, that's a bad idea, right? But if there's an outside party who he has a business relationship with, not a personal relationship, then they're more likely to be honest with him, right? So when you're doing the executive summary, leave the personal relationships out of them, because those are not things that the bank wants to know or really needs to know. You can have your relatives, like he has friends, relatives that have really good experience and are really good team members, but as the bank, you need to tell them that, right? Like I told you on my team, I got a guy he was vice president of the Federal Reserve Bank here, right? It's Kanice's best friend's husband. Me and him have been friends a really, really long time. But when I go in and they ask me who's on my team, and I say, hey, man, I got the former vice president of the Federal Reserve Bank of Kansas City. They're like, damn. I don't even know, man. Like, yeah, this guy, he's been my friend for 20 years. I'm telling that, right? Because all that, by disclosing the personal relationship, all that does is actually, it devalues his experience. That makes sense? It devalues his experience. And he has 20 years in the economic industry. But will they tell you no? Unless you got there, though, right? So, I will finish up those this morning. Most of you, like I said, you have them back. Today we are going to talk about marketing, and we are going to talk about a marketing plan.
That really made you think about your strengths and your weaknesses, and if you had the weaknesses, you need to improve on those with your people. Make
Absolutely.
better connections.
Absolutely, that's so true. Yeah, that's super important. Super important, and we're gonna get a lot more into that later on this week. Okay. So, when we start talking about marketing plans, the first thing that we want to talk about is what we call a marketing mix. We want to talk about our target audience. And then we need to think. Okay. So, so we're talking about a marketing plan, right? First, let's start with the marketing mix. So, any good marketing plan. So, let's go back before we talk about the marketing mix. Let's talk about the actual plan. So, we talk about a marketing plan. We talked about every single one of you, when you got started school, all of you heard the same thing. It doesn't matter how good you cut hair. Doesn't matter if you can't get people to sit in your chair. Does not matter. Jesus could be the best barber this school has ever had. But if he doesn't get people to sit in his chair, then he's gonna be, what were you doing? What job were you doing before you came here?
I don't know, I'm thinking worked at Walmart.
Worked at Walmart. If he only people sit in his chair, he's gonna be back at Walmart. Right? That's just what it is, right? So, how do I get people to sit in my chair? It's marketing. It's marketing. It's marketing. Right? So, in a marketing plan is, understand this. If you are a shop owner, your marketing plan is not only responsible for you, but you're responsible for marketing your shop for the barbers that are in your shop. Mr. Davis, get off your phone, sir. Understand that. This is a responsibility that you are taking on. It is one of your most important responsibilities as a shop owner is that you have to market your shop, not only for you, but for the people that are in the shop. So when you are creating a marketing plan, you have to take into account a marketing mix, who is your target audience, and where are you going to budget. What is a marketing mix? A marketing mix means what forms of marketing are you using to draw people to your shop, right? So some of you, the number one thing that people want to use today, everybody wants to use social media. Like, that's my market. But a good marketing mix is a combination of social media, referrals, loyalty programs. It is a combination of different marketing strategies to draw people to your shop. So, an example of a marketing mix. I am using my social media platform to market to a certain individual. I am going to use what we call B2B or business to business marketing, meaning that if I am in, for instance, a strip mall location, then I am going to work with the other businesses in the strip mall to help me market. So it may be something I'm gonna go next door to Potter's Haven and I'm gonna tell them, hey, I'm gonna give you this flyer. If anybody from Potter's Haven brings this flyer over here to my barbershop, then I'm going to give them 20% off of the cut on Wednesdays. Because that's the slow day, and can't do it on Saturday, but on Wednesday I want to increase my Wednesday business. Is there anything that you would like to exchange where I can give somebody where they'll come to you? That's business to business marketing. When we started off in our first shop, we were there was a Jazzercise place that was like around the corner, and we go to the Jazzercise place and we say, hey, look, tell anybody, I'm gonna give you this flyer, and anybody that comes to the Jazzercise, anybody that comes from the Jazzercise place, we're going to give them $5 off. And you as the owner, we're gonna give you a free cut anytime you come in. You wanna come in twice a month, we give you 2 free cuts for allowing us to do this, right? So this Jazzercise place, they had 500 members, something like that. And so all we're doing is giving him a flyer, and he's coming in on Tuesday mornings once a month, and we give him a haircut. But I'm reaching those 500 people knowing that I might only get 5% of them, but so what? Because the other part of my marketing mix is your referral program. So somebody comes into the shop, they become a client, right? Not just a fly-by-night client, but a client that is yours. I say, and then I ask them, hey, we have this referral program where if you refer 3 people and those 3 people come in and they get haircuts, then for every 3 people you refer, you get a free haircut. Here's the card. Hey, just have them write your name on the back, and when they come in, right, then we keep track of it, and then every 3, you get a free haircut, right? People eat this stuff up. People absolutely eat this stuff up. So then you get another part of your marketing is you get a loyalty program. Way back when we first started, I had a little punch card. And on your 10th cut that you got punched, then I give you a free cut on a Tuesday. Come in Tuesday or Wednesday. Come in on Tuesday or Wednesday and you get a free cut. Do you guys understand how people scramble for that? Man, where's my punch card at? Where's my punch card at? Man, I'm gonna come back next week because I'm on my 9th cut. I'll come back next week, then I get my 10th cut. So if you're charging $20, right? $20, and this is back then, $20 for a cut. So you're making $200 and you're giving away one $20 cut. Who signs up for that? Right? That's what I mean by a marketing mix. You have to figure out, and the beautiful thing about it is that there are no right or wrong ideas. Your marketing mix and your marketing plan, it can be whatever you guys want it to be, right? But where the facts come in, and so if you go and you look at the marketing plan, if you go down to, now remember, this marketing plan is probably about 10 years old, basically. But if you go back in the middle of the paragraph, it says, according to Hootsuite, 100% of the top 100 brands in the world engaged in social media advertising in 2015. Social media segment of class transformations will focus on Facebook advertising, where there are many platforms for social media such as Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. Facebook is the largest and most established platform in social media. According to Statistica, 83% of small businesses view Facebook advertising as effective. Facebook has extremely economical prices for small business to advertise, and their targeting advertising program allows businesses to post ads that will be seen by potential target audience that the business desires. Okay. So again, that's the facts of it, right? So I got this idea. I'm gonna advertise on social media. This is the social media, as my social media platform. This is the one that I'm targeting the most. This is why, right? This is why I'm targeting this. Not just because I enjoy being on Snapchat, right? Not just because there's this new thing that me and my friends think are cool. These are the facts. If you go down to it's the second paragraph it's probably on the back of your sheet. It says the second part of the marketing strategy focuses again on cost-efficient methods to interact with a large number of people. The strategy involves focusing on various community events such as back-to-school events, Lee Summit Downtown Days, which focuses on highlighting small businesses to the local community. These local community events will lead to increased exposure as well as increasing the market penetration in the area the business is focusing on. So the marketing mix that we were talking about was becoming involved in community events. That's marketing, right? So we know that, like, Lee Summit Downtown Days. And maybe some of you were looking to open up a barbershop in Shawnee. They got Old Shawnee Days. You in Independence, they got Santa Calgon Days. They got those different things within the community, right, that draw a large number of people that are relatively cost efficient that you need to be a part of, right? Maybe your marketing idea is that, hey, I'm going to get involved with the chamber, and I'm going to get involved with the young professionals or whatever in the chamber, and through that I am going to market to other young professionals because that's the target audience that I desire, right? And that is the second thing that you need to think about is who are you marketing to, right? So if Shane tells me, listen, I got this idea and I want to market, I'm going after people that are 65 and older. I want to cut all the seniors. You know what he's not advertising on? What's he not advertising on? He might advertise on Facebook. He probably not advertising on Snapchat, right? Yeah. Grandma and grandpa, some of you mom and dad, they're not jumping on Snapchat, right? Or what? Hey man, some people might want you might advertise on Tinder. I don't know, right? But so you got to understand that. Like Carlos, in yours, right? That depending on which way you go, maybe there's some social media, but maybe it's not as heavy, right? So you have to think about those things and who your target audience is. If you are advertising and I want a very professional clientele, I want to advertise I want to market to lawyers and doctors and professionals. Maybe you want to advertise more on LinkedIn than you do on Instagram, right? So those are the things that you have to think about in your social media. Early on in my barbering career, I realized I don't want professional people. That's who I want. I want people who go to work from 9 to 5, have set schedules, value their time, value their experiences. I'm not interested in the dudes that just hanging out in the barbershop ain't got nothing to do. I'm not interested in that. I'd rather have 150 professional clients who will pay me for the experience and pay me what I'm worth than have 500 people who just kind of willy-nilly come and go as they please. So that became my referral program. So when I got a lawyer, when I got a tax person, when I got somebody who worked at Ford on the line, then I'm working my referral program because I want more of those. So understand this. On Saturdays, when I was not at the beginning, but about in the middle of my barbering career, I was coming in at 4:30 in the morning on Saturdays, right? I started at, my first client was at 4:30 a.m. on Saturday. I worked from 4:30 in the morning until about 12:30 on Saturday, because that allowed me in the afternoon to be able to go and watch, really coach Jalen's teams, right? Who comes to the barbershop at 4:30 in the morning? Who can you get? You know who you can get? The people that are getting off at 4, right? People getting off at 3:30. It's coming in at 4:30. And so I had 2 guys from Ford coming in at 4:30. Then I had the sales manager of a car dealership, because they got to get there early. So I had one at 4:30, had one at 5, had the car dealership guy coming in at 5:30, had a guy on the lawn care business coming in at 6. That, right? So how you guys gonna fill your Tuesdays up? Tuesday mornings, it's 10:11. You're in the shop. How are you filling that up? You know how you're filling it up? You're filling it up with people who have the autonomy or the freedom to move around. They're not tied to a phone. They're not tied to a desk. Who are those people? Professionals. People in sales. I'm in my car all day. Stop by the shop. There's a guy coming in here at 11:30 to get a haircut, and Kanisha is going to show some of you guys how to color and do gray blend. 11:30 on a Tuesday. Well, he's assistant superintendent of Kansas City School District, so he can move however he wants to. It's professional. And I don't mind telling you guys this. I tell every class this. The guy that's coming at 11:30 for this cut and color that's going to take him an hour to do, he's going to pay me $100 to do it. You know why? Because he has a meeting tonight, and he's going to be on TV. So do you want that? Or do you want somebody that's just, because Kanisha's brother, he don't want the professional people. He likes the people who just kind of hang out. He don't mind being in the shop at 9 o'clock at night, right? And that might be Xavier. So your marketing plan has to indicate who you're marketing to, right? What do you want? There might be some of you, Natalia might say, you know what? I like doing women's cuts. So I want to cut more women. So if you want to cut women, where do you market to them at? Right? Those are things that you have to think about. And then finally, your marketing budget. And you don't have to get too deep into the marketing budget right now, because we're going to talk about it with in our financial projections, but understand, right, that about 10%, right? About 10%, and we'll say 5. We'll say 5 to 10, right? 5 to 10% of your monthly revenue, especially when you're starting off, it's really more like 5. Should go to marketing, right? So if you think about that, and you think about like the cost of that. So let's say that you're in a shop and your shop generates $4,000 a month, right? Your shop generates $4,000 a month. 10% of 4,000 is 400. So 5% of that is $200. So that's basically saying that you should spend about $200 a month marketing your shop, right? And so if you start thinking about that, right? And you say, hey, I'm gonna spend $100 a month marketing. What does that look like, right? What can you do with $100? For instance, when we started off and we were boosting ads on Facebook, right? We were boosting ads on Facebook. We boost ads. We run an ad for 7 days and we boost it for $10. And the purpose of boosting the ad for $10 was we wanted to draw people to like our Facebook page. And the reason we wanted them to like our Facebook page was because that's how you grow it organically. So then once you drive up the number of people who like your page, then you can begin to put information out on that page, and then you're reaching the masses rather than having to pay for it to boost the ad, right? So maybe if I have $200 to spend, maybe I want to spend $50 boosting ads, right? Maybe I'm gonna spend another $50 making flyers, because in that $50, me and the team in the shop, we're gonna pass out flyers. But then I got a B2B deal with somebody else. I told you guys when I first started off, the first business-to-business deal that I had was there was a Little Caesars that was next door. And the manager that was there, I asked him, can I put my flyer on top of every pizza box that is going out of here? And in exchange for that, man, I'll cut you in line every week if you let me put a flyer on that pizza box. You think about how many pizza boxes are going out of Little Caesars, right? Every one of those pizza boxes had my flyer. Come see Terrell at Touch of Style Barbershop. And then on dude, he's getting his haircut every other week, and then on the weeks he wasn't getting his haircut, I come in and I just line him up. How long is the line, Jay? Right? Again, you can't come in on Saturday and get it, but he's right next door. Hey man, you wanna come in on a Thursday at 1 o'clock? Y'all, I'm not busy. Come on, man, I'll line you up real quick. But here go these flyers, man. Keep putting these flyers on these pizza boxes, right? That's what I mean by B2B. And in that, I mean, just think about it. A black and white flyer, what's the copy cost on that? Like 8 cents, maybe? 8, 10 cents, right? So you make 100 of them, right? But those are the things that you have to think about in your budget. It shouldn't cost a bunch. Those of you who think, hey, man, I want to run a radio spot, I want to run a television spot, stop it. Those are extremely expensive, and not only are they expensive, but based on when you're running them dictates the crowd that you're going to get. If you're not interested, or if you don't have the money to run a drive time ad on the radio, meaning from 7 to 8, 7 to 9 a.m., or from 4 to 6 p.m., now you're hit and miss. The cheapest ads that you're gonna find on radio are overnight. beginning like at 10 p.m. that run to about 4 a.m. Who you attracting, right? Live remotes, man, it'd be really cool to get a radio station to come out and do a live remote on a Saturday at your barbershop. Not only are you paying for the advertising, but you're paying for the talent too. So, man, I want to get XYZ person to come out. Well, XYZ person to come out, they might, and I'm not talking about the actual advertising I'm talking about them, what you're paying them, $500, $600, probably more now. And then to do that, then you're doing an advertising package. So to get a radio remote, you guys might blow through 3, 4, 5 months of what you have allocated for your advertising budget to do it. And you have to ask yourself, is it worth it?
Is it? Was it to you?
No.
I didn't think it would.
One thing that we do over at Classic Guy is, and this is a marketing thing, give you guys ideas. And this is what I mean by thinking outside the box. The first Saturday of every month, we have a DJ come in. And we do complimentary mimosas. The first Saturday of every month. So hold on one second. So from 10 to 12, we have a DJ come in, and he's doing his thing. People getting a haircut, they drinking mimosas, and you know what we're doing? And we broadcasting it, right? We're doing live on the social media things, because it looks really cool. Oh, damn, man, you in the shop, man, got complimentary mimosas, got a DJ going, that's different, right? But that feeds into what we're doing at Classic Guy, because the tagline that we have at Classic Guy is enjoy different. That's different, right? That's a marketing mix. Here in the next couple months, we're about to start Wind Down Wednesdays. Have DJ come in, we're serving complimentary wine in the evenings, 6 to 8. Why are we doing that? Because it's part of the marketing plan. Once we get to summer, the barbershop, on certain days, the barbershop then becomes a speakeasy, right? It's part of the marketing mix. It's different. So you have to think about, in your marketing plan, this is why I'm telling you guys that don't box yourself in this marketing plan. Don't box yourself in and say, okay, this is what I'm gonna do, that's what I'm gonna do. Think outside the box. How are you going to attract those people to the shop? Right? What was your question?
It was about, in the hackathon, the news people come, did you pay for that, or they just come?
No,
Or how do you get that started as well?
Because
that's pretty good marketing.
Yeah, so what we do with that in regard to the cut-a-thon is, it's just really understanding like the media, and we do it because I think it's a worthwhile cause, but at the same time, when you're doing something good for the community, as long as there's nothing crazy, like, nothing crazy happening in the news, they want to have a certain amount of feel-good stories. So what you have to do is you have to do a press release, right? And a press release is just basically a little story saying, hey, this is what we're doing. We would hope that you as the media will get this word out for us so that to help make this community event successful. And that's it. That's it, right? But part of that too is you guys being strategic, because think about it. Back to school, everybody's doing back to school haircuts, right? So the media can't cover all the back to school haircuts because there's 100 of them going on. But with our thing with the cut-a-thon, like it's Christmas, we're doing free haircuts for toys to help families who are in need. That's a worthwhile story for the news. and that's what gets them out. So that's kind of the story behind the Cut-a-thon. But when we started the Cut-a-thon, and this is what, remember I told you guys last week that the business plan is a living, breathing, or it's organic, so it changes. We started the Cut-a-thon, we didn't start it for that. We started it because I wanted to do something for the community. But then, once the news people got involved, it was like, oh, wow. They all come out and do live interviews and all that stuff like that. Like that's pretty neat. So then it became part of our business plan. It's like, okay, we're gonna do this Cut-a-thon, and we're gonna try to blow this Cut-a-thon up as much as possible, because now it's a win-win, right? We're doing something good for the community, but it also brings us a little bit of exposure, right? What questions do you have on this? Again, it requires thought. It requires thought, okay? The last thing with this marketing plan that you guys are going to do your mission statement. Your mission statement, right? Your mission statement should tell what your business is trying to accomplish in a few sentences or less. So, I want everybody, look up Starbucks mission statement. One of the most amazing mission statements that they've come up with.
Is this Starbucks?
Starbucks, yep. Kenise. Hey, can you grab my MacBook and bring it back here, please? What's Starbucks mission statement say?
With every cup, is it known? With
Yep.
every cup, with every conversation, with every community, we nurture the limitless possibilities of human connection.
That quick. That's it. But read it one more time. Like y'all listen to this. Y'all listen to this.
Louder.
With every cup, with every conversation, with every community, we nurture the limitless possibilities of human connection.
Like, it's brief, it's concise, it's to the point. With every cup, with every what?
Conversation.
With every conversation,
And every community.
in every community, one cup at a time. Look at Amazon's. Somebody read that one.
Serve consumers through online and physical stores and focus on selection, price, and convenience. That don't sound like you.
Say it one more time.
Oh, wait. That was you, right? To be Earth's most conservative. No.
No, it's the first one. It's the first one. It's the first one. It's the first one.
Read it again.
Serve consumers through online and physical stores, focus on selection, price, and convenience.
That way.
Huh?
Huh?
No,
That is
but
whack. That is whack.
but it's to the point. So slow down and read a little bit louder.
Serve consumers through online and physical stores and focus on selection, price, and convenience.
That's the mission statements. Hey, we're gonna serve you through online, and we're gonna focus on what? Selection, price, and convenience. Ain't that what they do?
Mm-hmm.
right? You go to Amazon, you can look up anything on Amazon. And guess what? It can be here the next day for the most part.
So I remember back in the day, they used to play like the Walmart commercial, like save money, live better. Is that like the mission statement?
That's a mission statement.
Alright.
So, Classic Transformation, Barber Academy mission statement.
Oh, that's the inspiring. Well,
Create, inspire, evolve, right? Create, inspire, evolve. And then, but to go in a little bit more detail, to provide students with a quality post-secondary education while enriching the lives of those we come in contact with.
So would that be your vision statement?
So, create, inspire, evolve takes that mission statement and just puts it into 3 words, right? But a more detailed version of it is to provide students with a quality post-secondary education while enriching the lives of those who we come in contact with. Nordstrom's, look up Nordstrom's. Somebody read that one.
To continue our dedication to providing a unique range of products, exceptional customer service, and great experiences.
Right? But it is straight to the point. It details what Nordstrom's is about. Anybody heard the story about Nordstrom's and the lady in the tire? Anybody heard that story? Heard the story? So listen to this mission statement. Read it again.
To continue our dedication to providing a unique range of products, exceptional customer service, and great experiences.
So check this out. So Nordstrom's, most of us, I mean, I don't shop at Nordstrom's. Any of y'all shop at Nordstrom's? Right. So Nordstrom's is known as one of the best customer service businesses in the world. There was a lady, this was some years ago, there was a lady, older lady, right? She comes into Nordstrom's with a tire. It's a brand new tire. Goes to Nordstrom's with a tire and says, hey, I bought this tire from here. It doesn't fit. I'd like a refund. I said, man, we don't sell tires. She said, no, I bought this tire from here. I need a refund. Manager says, man, we don't sell tires here. Lady starts getting upset. So they go to the general store manager or whatever. The general store manager calls, I don't know, Goodyear. The general store manager for Nordstrom's pays for the tire, then takes the tire to Goodyear, gets reimbursed, lady gets her money back. The lady's son finds out about it. Lady's like, I took the tire back to Nordstrom. It's lady's son. It's like, yo, Nordstrom don't sell tires, mom. Like, what the hell are you talking about? She's like, no, here's my money right here. I took my tire back to Nordstrom's. So the son starts like going back through, like, what the hell is she talking about? And that's how this story gets out. That's the experience that Nordstrom wanted people to have when they come into the store. Now, he didn't have to call a Goodyear guy and do all that. He could say, hey, lady, you got dementia. Get out of here, right? So in your mission statement, what is your business about? What do you want people to feel like? What do you want people to get out of coming to your shop? Here, create, inspire, evolve, that's what we want, right? We want create. We want to create great barbers. Inspire you guys to go be something great, and hopefully when you hear over the time, you evolve not only as a barber, but as a person, right? You evolve. Create, inspire, evolve. That's what we want. And each one is a sentence of its own. Create, period. Inspire, period. Evolve, period. Classic guy, enjoy different. That's it, right?
What do you want people to get off?
What do you want, what experience do you want people to feel? What emotion do you want them to feel coming into your shop? If you open up a business, and 20 years, 30, 50 years later, they're at your funeral, what are they saying about your business? That's what the mission statement is. It is the life of your company. It is the mission statement. It is what generation after generation after generation, long after you're gone, the mission statement should live on. What do you want people to feel about your business? The mission statement is a big deal. It's a big deal because everything that happens in your business, you should be able to refer back to that mission statement. So like, when Joseph Davis and Xavier are getting on my nerves, then I gotta go back and I gotta say, hey, listen, I'm trying to provide Joseph Davis with a quality post-secondary education, and I'm trying to enrich Xavier's lives, Xavier and everybody else who I come in contact with. Y'all don't get on my nerves that much. But well, I mean, he does, you don't. Right. So that's what your mission statement is all about. So you got the rest of today, you got all day tomorrow, Wednesday, 5 p.m. Wednesday's the 6th at 5 p.m. for your marketing, for your mission statement.
For just mission statement?
Marketing plan and mission statement. Then let me tell you how the rest of the week is going to go. On Thursday, you're going to get the big part of it, which is the operations plan. The operations plan is going to take you guys a while. The operations plan is going to take you probably
What'd you call it?
the operations plan. The operations plan will probably take you about three days to do. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about the operational plan right now, so you guys can kind of start thinking about this. Basically, what the operations plan is what we call, how does your business run from cradle to grave? Okay? And what I mean from cradle to grave is like here. When someone walks through the door and we say, hey, how are you? That's the cradle. That's the start of the experience. When after they pay and we say, hey, have a nice day, that's the grave. That's the end of the experience. So you're going to begin thinking about, how does your business operate from cradle to grave? And I'm going to give you guys a little bit of an idea, right? So we say from cradle to grave, right? This is what I need you guys, and we're going to go into more detail about this on Thursday, but front of the house, back of the house. Anybody got any idea what that is?
No.
Okay. So the front of the house, when you're doing the operations plan, and don't worry, I'm gonna give you guys a template on that too. It's gonna be pretty long, but it'll be all right. The front of the house, that's everything that the customers see. So the operations for the front of the house is like, for here, as an example, it's like, okay, when they come in, then we greet them, we check them into Vagaro, we give them a service ticket, we find a barber for them, they get cut, like that's front of the house experience, right? Back of the house is what the customers do not see. Customers don't see our sanitation plan. Customers don't see our check-in and check-out system. Customers don't see our opening procedures. When you come in, there has to be someone that counts the drawer. You turn the open sign on. Customers don't see our closing procedures. We have our drawers counted twice. 2 people cross-checking the count. This is when we go get changed. This is how we have, for those who are interested in products, this is how we have our system of color, right? When someone uses color, then we tear the tab off because we have to know when to replace the color. That's back of the house stuff. We'll get into that. That's what we're getting into on Thursday morning. But I need you guys to begin to think about, because the operation plan, it goes into, do you guys, are you looking at a booth rent shop? And you're the owner, not the employee. Are you looking on the booth rent shop? Are you looking on the commission shop? Things to think about, right? Things to think about. Grace is, and these are examples for you guys to think about because we're gonna get deep into this on Thursday. Does everybody get a key? How many chairs you got? You got 5 chairs? Does everybody get a key? Does everybody get an alarm code? It's a booth rent shop, right? So if it's a booth rent shop, do people just set their own hours? Or do you have hours that you set? These are things to think about.
I've been racking my brain about those exact things all week.
So these are things that I want you guys to think about. If it's and again, we'll go deep into this. Bree, if you're charging booth rent, do you want your money on Friday or do you want it on Saturday? Right? These are the back of the house is everything that the customers don't see, right? And so that is what we're going to get in, and that is really the nuts and bolts of your business plan. How's this place gonna run? That's what the operations plan is, right? Like, Isabel, are you open up 7 days a week? Because Grace, her shop is 2 blocks around the corner from you. She's open 7 days a week. Right? Those are the things that you're getting into. Right? But first, you gotta figure out how you guys getting butts in seats. That's what the marketing plan is. How you getting butts in seats. Because if you don't get butts in seats, then operations don't matter. Right? Gotta get butts in seats. Anybody got any questions? Hey, one other thing. Don't allow this to like overwhelm you. I am here to help you guys. So if you guys have any questions, like I know last week, like Julie came in a few times and asked some questions like, hey man, what you think about this? What you think about that? Like, I mean, you guys feel free to do that, right? It's always good. You can do that with Kanice too. Bounce ideas off. I don't have a problem in telling you. And a lot of you in your industry analysis, I told you if I thought it was a good idea, or I told you if I thought, you might need to think about that, right? But also I want you guys to understand this. And this is one of the most important things that I'll tell you before I let you go, is 7 years ago, look, 7 years ago, Kanice's brother, he was doing this business plan. And his business plan, he said, hey, what I want to do is, I want to take a converted house, a 2-story house, And on the main level, I wanna have like about a 7-chair shop. But on the bottom level, I wanna have a smoke lounge, and it's gonna be a weed lounge. I said, crazy as hell. What you talking about, man? They ain't never gonna legalize no weed. Like, that's a terrible idea. I tell him about once a month, bro, I was wrong. Cause right now today, that looks like a pretty amazing idea for somebody to do, right? So, your ideas are your ideas. Like, as long as you can provide facts. Now, at that time, he didn't know they was gonna legalize it either. But if you can provide facts to back it up, then go for it. And I'm telling you, I literally was like, you are absolutely crazy. That idea, that is a horrible idea. I was like, they're never going to legal. Like, I wish I probably would have invested in it. We'd probably be doing all right now. 7-chair shop with a smoke lounge downstairs, pretty solid idea, right? So, again, man, feel free to bounce ideas off of us or whatever. Feel free to bounce ideas off Shy too. She's been doing this long enough with me here that she understands that stuff too. So it's about 10:45, man. You guys take a 15, and then now don't forget while you're doing this, you still got comps to do too. And get those comp sheets tomorrow. I didn't forget. Yeah, I emailed it back to you.
Most recent one was 20.7.
Check the spam or something like that.